Unit 134, Mandowie Road, here in Glen Waverley. My name is Zhang, and I'm proudly to be auctioneer this afternoon and also assist you with your purchase. The marketing team, led by Alan Zhang. We've got Darryl Wickham, Lee Morris and Tony Ho here to assist with your competition today. So if you have any questions regarding the property, the paperwork, or some technical advice with your bidding strategy, they are here to help. Now, first I draw attention to is a contract sale which has been made available to prior to today's auction and on display for the last 30 minutes. Very straightforward auction contract. You find little difference compared to the others that we use in the state of Victoria for residential property auctions. Two parts of contract form the framework of your competition here today. The particular sale, together with both the general and special conditions. Attached to that is the vendor statement, which is more commonly known as a Section 32 document. That outlines all the relevant information you need to know in terms of becoming a new owner of this property right here. The particular sale reasons follow. The marketing agent for owner here today is Reway Real Estate. And the property we sell is commonly known to you and I, your neighbours, your postman, your Uber Eats delivery driver, simply as a Unit 134 Mandowie Road here in Glen Waverley. Inclusive in today's sale, all fixed floor coverings, light fittings, window finishes, everything that's in a permanent nature as inspected. If you are the successful purchaser, buyers, two things we need from you at the completion of today's auction. One is your autograph on the contract sale, and then you need to pay 10% equivalent of the purchase price, either by personal cheque or EFT, which is electronic transfer. And if you do choose the EFT, we need you to transfer minimum at $20,000, and the balance is to be paid the next business day, which is Monday next week. Settlement is very flexible from 30 all the way up to 90 days, of course, unless you made other arrangements with the marketing team before the commence of today's auction. The contract you'll be signing will be unconditional. There is no cooling off period. Now, buyers, as the auctioneer, it's my duty and responsibility to ensure today's auction is conducted in accordance with the rules or any additional conditions that's made available for inspection prior to today's auction. The rules prohibit making a false bid, major disruptions by bidders, a bidder try to prevent others from bidding, and there are fines for these conducts. Bidders will be indicated upon request by me as the auctioneer. The rules permit vendor bids. The terms I will use to indicate I'm making a bid on behalf of the vendor will be simply vendor bid. And by law, only I, as the auctioneer here today, can make a vendor bid. Lastly, buyers, if you want to be the one assigning one of these in the next 20 to 30 minutes time, please pay particular attention to the next two rules, because they are crucial for your success here today. One, by law, as the auctioneer, I cannot accept any bids or offers that's made after I declare the property sold. So before I knock it down to the successful purchaser here today, I'll simply call it out 3 times, like so. First call, second call, third and final call. And once the property has been knocked down, I can't take any more bids. Plenty of Reway staff on site here today, so make sure your bids are heard loud and clearly before I knock it down to your competitor. And lastly, our owner has a reserve price. In the event, if we fall short of that reserve, by law, only the last bidder will have that first opportunity to buy this property at our owner's reserve. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Unit 134 here on Mandowie Road in Glen Waverley. What are we offering you here today? What are you purchasing here today? Is a low maintenance lifestyle. However, at the same time, you don't need to compromise on space and luxurious. There's no cutting corners when they build these townhouses a few years back, and just when you walk through all these luxury features that pretty much ticks all the boxes when you're looking for something like this in Glen Waverley. But at the same time, if you're not a fan of gardening, don't worry, you don't need to do much. And in terms of location, which that's the number one golden rule when you buy real estate, there's second to none right here at 34. Literally, probably at max 1,000 metres to the Glen, which $500 million have spent on in the last 5 years' time to renovate and upgrade 60 plus restaurants and cafes over there to your left, or to your right, my left. To the right, Kerry Road shops, some of the best bakery in the southeastern suburb is right there. And also Mount View Primary School, where this property is zoned for, of course, Glen Waverley Secondary as well. And the property itself, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 master ensuites. And that north-facing balcony is where you wanted to stand for this kind of weather on a sunny Saturday afternoon. And talking about sunny Saturday afternoon, what are you doing here, ladies and gentlemen? You should enjoy this kind of weather. So rare in Melbourne, somewhere else, in a cafe, in a restaurant, in a park, vineyard. But yet you are here because you haven't bought the dream home you wanted to purchase. And you know this is an opportunity that's too good to miss. Yes, the interest rate is rising, but with all of you that has a pre-approval, you know it's time for you to make an action before that expires. Because once you do, you're going to either spend more to buy something like this, or you missed out completely. With the stock level in Glen Waverley so low at the moment, it's only 2.5 pages on realestate.com. So if you missed out this one, you're going to see me next week, the week after, possibly even next month. So who's going to buy their Saturday back here, ladies and gentlemen? It's time to find out. A Unit 1 at 34 Mandowie Road here in Glen Waverley. A fair and reasonable, even-handed starts in your hands now. Where do we go, ladies and gentlemen? That was about 30 seconds of quietness, such to demonstrate how quiet this neighbourhood is. Where do we go, boys? Yes.
1.4.
At 1.4, welcome to you, ma'am, sir. At $1,400,000. That's still below the indicating selling range, but that's a good start at 1.4. At 1.4, I take $20,000 rise from this point. At $1,420,000, welcome to you to cross the road at 420 over 1. At 1.42 now against you, sir, take me to double 4 over 1. At 1.42 to cross the road, she's holding the key. At $1,420,000, what do you say? Take me to 40. At 1.42 is the call. At $1,420,000 against you, opening bidder. At 440 at 440 straight back. Can I call it 460? 60 on $1.60. 60, can I call it 80? At 1.46. At 1.46 across the road against you. 2 of you in and more to welcome, of course. At $1,460,000, what do you say? At 1.46. At 1.460 over here. At 1.460, can I tempt you back in for call it 480?
1.5.
1.5, even better. I love that at 1.5. 20 straight back at 520. At 520, you never know. Flex your option muscle. That's the time to do it at $1,520,000. At 1.52, what do you say? At $1,520,000, that's 20 over 1.5 mil. At 1.52 is the call. What do you say?
1.54.
40. Can I call it 60 to $1,540,000? At 1.54 now. At $1,540,000, are we done? At 1.54 against you. I know there's more interest in the crowd. It's time for you to jump in. At $1,540,000, are we done? Finished. Silent here once. At $1,540,000. 154 at 540 over 1 and 1.54 against you. Another 20 will put you back to the driver's seat. At $1,540,000, are we done? Finished. Silent. First time at 1.54 now. With the opening bidder. They are holding the key. They are closer to the door. I let them have it now for 154 at $1,540,000. Second time at $1,540,000. This over here to my left, to your right, they are holding the key. The opening bidder is determined. What about you at 154? At $1,500,000, yes, sir. Amen. 156. 1,560,000.
155.
So I heard a 156. Do you want to retract that? 155. We'll go in tens at 550 then. At 155. 60. Welcome back at 60. 70. At 156. Also here, I'll take the 10. 10 on top. 57. At 570 now. Over here at 1,570,000 with the opening bidder. 80 here. 90. At 158. At $1,580,000. Also here across the road at 1.58. At $1,580,000. Against you here, Bisumai right now at 1,580,000. 90. Welcome to you, sir, to 1.59. At $1,590,000. 1, 2, 3, 4. That just shows you how rare this opportunity is. At $1,590,000 bid there against you here.
1.6.
And also
1.6.
6. Welcome back at 1.6. At 1.6 now. At $1,600,000. What do you want to do, sir? At 1.6 I have. At $1,600,000 with the opening bidder. Are we done? First call. At 1.6. Second call. At 1,600,000. Are we all done? All finished? All silent here? At 1,600,000. Over here. What do you want to do? Against you, sir. Cross the road. Over here at 1,600,000. For the...
5,000.
We'll take you 5, 10. Call it 10.
10.
610 at 610 at 1.61 at 1,610. What do you want to do? 610. Call it 20 at 161 at $1,610,000. Also here at 1,610 is the bid across the road at 1,610,000. What would you like to do? Also here at 161 across the road. They are holding the key here at 1,610,000. Once now at 1.61. Are we done, finished and silent?
1.62.
620. 620 over 1 at 1.62. What do you say? 30. At 1.62 here. And also this end, you've been quiet at 1,620,000. To my left with the opening bidder at 1,620 is the current bid now at $1,620,000. What would you like to do? Calling once here at $1,620,000. Second call at 1,620,000. Are we done? 30. 30 now at 6.3. At 1.63. 40. At 6.30 over 1 at 1.63. At $1,630,000 also here. At 1.63 is the call across the road. At $1,630,000 are we done? At $1,630,000 calling once. At 1.63. Twice at 1.63. Are we done? We are on the market selling, ladies and gentlemen. If there's no more advancing, they will walk away with sign a contract sale. They'll enjoy the bottom of a Chardonnay this hour next Saturday. And you're going to see me next Saturday at 1,630,000.
1.64.
40. Welcome back at 640. Almost. 640 there. At 1.64, 65, at 650, at 650 now. At 1.65, 66, at 1.65. What do you want to do? At $1,650,000 also here and here at 165 across the road we are selling. First call at 1.65. Are we done? At $1,650,000.
Then you take 5,000.
I'll take the 5. I'll take the 5. Same opportunity offering to you at 1,655,000. At 1,655 is the call. At 1,655,000. What would you like to do? Call it 6. I've taken the 5. So 1,655. Yes. I'll take 5. Another 5 at 660. At 166. At 1 No, you're holding the highest bid at the moment. So it's 1,660,000. If you want to bid against yourself, be my guest.
That guy
At
wants to get another 5,000.
1,660,000. What do you want to do? At 1,660,000, we're on the market selling. Are we down calling first time at $1,660,000? Second call at 1,660,000. All done, all finished, all silent at 1.66 million.
1,000.
565. 70.
Another 1,000.
One? You sure you want to start that, sir?
Yeah.
What a 5. 65 is their bid.
没关系，没关系，我们就一千减价，不怕的，就一千。哦，
At 1,665,000.
Another one here.
1,666,000. At 1.36. Knock it out. It's time to flex your auction muscle. At 1,666,000.
1668.
Call us 670.
2000.
2,068. At 1.668. At 1,668,000 with the opening bidder. Are we done? Take me to 70. 70, 670. At 1.67. At 1,670,000 across the road. Looks like it's between you two, but let me confirm. Definitely out, sir. Thank you for bidding. Also here, still with me, out. Thank you for bidding up 1,670,000 across the road. Do I let him have it? First call. Another 272. We're rolling twos at 72. At 1,672. At 1,672. Get your next one ready. At 1,672,000. Once. At 1,672.
678.
678. And 1,678,000. That's 6,000 on top. You want to match that? That will be 84. At $1,678,000. Your call.
2,000.
Another two. 680. Take me to 1.7. See if that works.
没有啊，这是167.8了，你现在。
At 1,680,000. 1.68.
他加了1000，他加了1000。
At 1,680. At 168. Are we done? First call at $1,680,000. This over here with the opening bidder.
Another 5.
Another 5,000. Good bid at 85. At 1,685. My suggestion? 1.7. See if that works. At 1,685,000 across the road. Between you two now.
2,000.
287. 1,687. 1.7. At 1,687,000. Another one. 88. 1,688. At 1,688,000. 690 or 1.7, your call. So where we goes? Probably get there eventually. At 1,688,000 across the road now. Once here. A 2. 690. 1.7. 1,690. At 1,690,000. Get your next one ready. 1,690 at 1,690,000. What do you say? Go 1.7. At At 1,690,000. Start counting once. 1.7. Good bid at 1.7. What do you say? At 1.7 across the road. At $1,700,000. That's the way to go. That's how you buy real estate at 1.7. Are we done? At $1,700,000 going once, twice, 3 times at $1,700,000. 2,702. Almost got it. 702. At 1.702. Almost. At $1,702,000. What do you want to do? 702,000 over 1 million. That's the current bid. Another 3,705. At 1,705. Getting there break by break at 1,705,000 across the road. 1,705. Location second to none. Ready to move in tomorrow. What do you say? 1,705,000 going once, twice, 3 times at 1,705,000.
2,000.
Another 2.
3,000.
3,000. That's 1,710. 1,710 at 1,710,000. At 1.71 across the road, they are holding the key. Gotta be quick. At 171. At $1,710,000.
3,000.
13. At 1,713. At $1,713,000. 1,713. We are on the market selling at $1,713,000. Are we done?
Another 2.
215. 1,715. 20. At 1,715,000 at 1,715. Are we done?
2,000.
2. 17. 17, 17.
Another 3.
20. 1,720. Got a bulk. At $1,720,000 or 1.72. Don't walk away with a heart full of regret. You will. At 172. Thank you for your patience. At 1,720,000. Start counting. First call. At 1.72. Second call. 2,000. Double 2. 1,722. Another 3. 25. Listen to the wise man. At 1,725,000. 1,725. At $1,725,000. First score now. At $1,725,000. Second call. At $1,725,000.
2,000.
27. 30. 27 here.
30.
30. 1730. 730 down to 1.73. $1,730,000. Once now at 1.73. Second call at $1,730,000.
2,000.
32, 32. There will be 35, it will be 37, we'll go to 40. 35, there we go. At 35, 1735. You sure? I'll give you 13 and a half seconds to think about it. At 1,735,000, first, second call at 1,735,000, definitely out. Need to know. Definitely out, sir. At 1,735. Once the gamble hits the contract, I can't take any more bids. At 1,735,000 for the third and final opportunity. Definitely out. Definitely out. Thank you for being here. We are selling. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the new owner. It is sold. Congratulations. Well done. The liberation of the ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for attending another successful Ray Waverley auction. Have a good afternoon.